All right, so welcome back to our seasons composition, our mini project where we're learning about layers and a couple of our tools. In our last lesson, we went ahead and created the ground and this tree silhouette on one layer. And in this lesson and our following videos, we're going to add in the background and the details for all four of our seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. The first thing I'm going to want you to do here is I want you to duplicate this. When you're going to make 4 different compositions. We could do all of this in the one composition with layers, but that can get a little bit confusing, especially when you're brand new to digital art or to sketchbook. So instead, we're going to create 4 different sections. If you're more familiar with sketchbook and you want to do this all on layers in one picture, that's fine with me. But instead, for us beginners, right, we're going to come down here. Make sure you have this right in the middle. You're going to come down here. Do you see this little icon that's like a rectangle with some lines? We're going to click on that, and it's going to give us all these options. I want you to click on duplicate, which is near the bottom. And you're going to see it's going to take the whole picture and it's going to duplicate it again for you. I want you to do that 2 more times. Duplicate. 1, 2, 3 pictures, and duplicate. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures for all 4 of our seasons. Now again, if you want to do this all in one composition, if you understand that and you're comfortable turning your layers on and off, that's cool with me. I'm just doing this to sort of separate out our understandings together. All right, so come over here and grab your first one, and we're going to get started. All right, so the first thing I like to do always is to pinch my composition shut a little so I can see the whole thing. And in this lesson, we're gonna tackle the winter scene. So we're gonna add a winter background, and then we're gonna add some snow, and we're gonna be using a couple different brushes for that. We're gonna do all of this new content on new layers though. So we have our tree layer. So I want you to come over here and go to the plus sign up top to your layers and click that plus sign. If for some reason you don't see your layers and instead you see colors, just click on this bottom area there to get your layers back. So I added a layer, and then I want you to click and hold that down and drag it so it's underneath the tree. This layer is going to be our background. It's going to be the sky, and we want that behind the tree, not in front of it. All right. If you don't do this, you're going to notice later, and then that's how you fix it. Click and drag it behind that tree. All right. Now we're going to get ready to apply our sky. Now in painting and watercolor and drawing, it would take us a long time to create a beautiful gradient of color. Here it's going to be super quick because we're going to be using this paint bucket tool. So up at the top, go ahead and find that paint bucket or bucket fill tool. And then we use that very first option, right? Now we're going to use the second option, which is going to create a linear gradient. If you look right here, this one, it's going to have a gradient where it's like in the center out. We're going to do the linear gradient, and then I want you just to click wherever you want, and it's going to add, it's going to do a couple things. It's going to decide what colors it wants to use based on what you used last. So apparently I used this color combo, but it's also going to add in these 3 dots with like a line connecting them. If you click somewhere else, this is it. This is what it's going to look like, which if you don't want that, then you have to deal with it and have a new layer. So just carefully start to move these little circles around. So our sky doesn't go from like dark to light across the sky. It goes from like top down, right? So I'm going to take this first circle, the darker circle, and I'm going to bring that all the way up to the top of my composition. And then I'm going to bring my other circle, which apparently is white, and I'm going to bring that all the way down here and sort of line them up. And then before I start picking color, I want you to move this circle around. You're going to see how it changes the values there. It changes the gradient. Isn't this cool? It's so cool and so easy. Now for my winter, I don't want this orange sky. For winter, we have lots of different types of skies, but we really want this to scream winter at us. So I think we should use some blues, right? Because blue and purple are kind of like wintry colors. So I'm going to change the orange color first. I'm going to click on that one, right? So I have that one selected. And if you look, it's populated my puck over here, right? I'm going to click on that color. And then I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to come down to my blue. When I let go, it's going to change it over there. All right. So again, make sure you're on the correct puck. I'm going to take this hue all the way around. Let's make it red, right? Beautiful, isn't that cool? So I have some ideas about color to make this really, whoa, wild sky. I have some ideas about color that's gonna help us make a winter scene, a spring, summer, and fall. If you wanna change it up, you do you, but I'm gonna do like a mid blue color here for that top puck, a darker blue color. And then for my middle puck, I'm gonna change it from yellow to more of like this color blue in here where it's like something like, ooh, like that, right? So I'm sort of in this world of blue over there. And I really like that because it feels really wintry to me. And I'm gonna leave this bottom one white, but I kind of want more, actually, I don't know, maybe let's move this around, play around. That looks like daytime, right? This is like the sun is setting a little bit. Ooh, I like that. Like whatever you like in this world, I would, whoa, that was cool. If I take it away, it goes from blue to white. I didn't know that. How cool is that? I wonder if I can add more. I don't know, I'll have to do some research. I want this blue to go down to the ground. Maybe just a little hint of white because, like, I don't know, it's like a glow. All right, when you're happy with it, again, you do you. I'm gonna click off of it. I'm gonna click over here, maybe that, there. Click the bucket, and that's gonna make that one stick. Okay, so I can't edit those colors anymore. Here it is right there. If I turn it off and on, you can see I have my blue wintry background. Now, if you didn't put this winter background behind the tree, if you had it on top, that layer, it's just gonna be that and the tree's hidden. So if I click on this and hold it and drag it down, there we have our tree, okay, on top, or silhouette on top. All right, so there's our background. Now we have our tree. And what is this composition missing? I don't know. Well, you're the artist, right? So if you wanted to add something else, now's your chance. We're not gonna add leaves, right? Instead, I wanna add some snow. And I'm gonna do this on another layer. I'm gonna add a layer. And it looks like it got sandwiched between my tree and my sky. I'm gonna click and drag that above my tree. So it's gonna be blank layer, tree, sky. And on that layer, I'm going to add my snow. And how did I decide on which tool to use for my snow? Well, I spent a long time playing, right? So I would encourage you to just come around and pick something that you think looks like it might be snowy for you. But I did some research for you, and I found this tool right here, this brush. If I click on it, it says the coarse watercolor brush. And we just finished our watercolor unit, so you know what a watercolor brush is all about, right? So the first thing I like to do, I have this as white already for my snow, and I'm going to bring my flow, it's called now, all the way up. And my size, I'll make it pretty big, and let's check out what that looks like. Here's my, yeah, that's pretty snowy, isn't it? Here's my watercolor brush. Okay, again, this is called coarse watercolor. All right, so I like to test that out. This is how big my watercolor brush is. And if I wanted to add a snow flakes coming down, I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm just going to tap. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that feel like a little snow, right? Just a little. So I'm going to use my finger actually, and I'm just gonna tap around. And if I push, or if I have this all the way up to flow, it's really, really light, right? If I hold it down, I think I might be able to get, or if I tap a few times, it'll get a little bit darker. Do you see that? So I'm just gonna like tap away. If I do this though, that's not maybe like shooting star vibes, right? But I want to have just some snow. I'm just gonna tap away. If you do something weird and it's two together, I don't know, it's up to you. I'm gonna do this on top of my tree. I don't want to be too nice, that's why I'm not using the pen, because you can see I start to like make polka dots that are just like too pretty, and snow doesn't fall. Snow is pretty, but it's not going to be perfect, right? So I'm just gonna like tap away. Ooh, there's a dark one. I'm not really entirely sure how I'm changing how dark they are, but I like it. I like it to be all different colors. So I'm just like straight up tapping away, get it in front of that tree. That's why we put this layer on top of the tree, because if I take this and put it underneath, it's not going to be on that tree. But from our perspective, I'm over here watching the snowfall. So I'm just having a jolly little time tapping away, and it creates such a cool effect, doesn't it? Like This would take me a long time in watercolor to do, and now I'm basically done. Got lots of snow falling. So cute. I love it. All right, so in my example that I showed you guys, this is what I had. But if you wanted to add other things, if you wanted to add more snow, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to add another layer to show you. If you wanted to add like a snowman or something in a silhouette, that would be really cute. You can do that on another layer and get your technical pen. Let's make a little snowman. I'm going to use black, right? And then I'm in a new layer, or I can do it on my tree layer. And I could come in and I can be like, okay, here's my 1, 2, 3, and I could fill these up. Not with a gradient, that's crazy. I have to go back over here to, back over here to grab that. And I'm here, so I can fill this up. Gotta connect this bottom circle, because look, see how it's open? Make that mistake all the time. Right, I could make him have a little hat. Wouldn't that be cute? Maybe he has little hands. You know, so like you can have some fun, make some silhouettes for yourself. You can make a person there, you can make an animal if you want. I'm not gonna do that because I want you to be creative, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want to tell you what to do all the time. But if I come over here, I'm gonna get my coarse watercolor. Here's how you make some more snow. You ready? We just made snow like flakes. If I take this and I make this a little bit bigger, maybe not that big, there, and I swipe this down here, I can add some snow on the ground. I don't know if you like that or not, up to you. I'm gonna make that bigger and just do one swipe. There, that looks cool, doesn't it? So if you wanted to have snow on the ground, there you go. And if you wanted to, let me make this smaller. If you wanted to add some snow to the tree itself, like if I come in here, where would the snow fall onto? Well, like maybe in this like crevice, oops, too big, right? Maybe something like this. I don't know, this is kind of cute, this is fun. In here, right? Maybe in all these little V's that we made. And don't be too perfect, don't be like, it's right here perfectly, right? Make it sort of like organic and messy. Snow, right? You know how messy the snow can be. That sort of thing all the way across. Isn't that cute? Right? I hope you like that. Maybe you want to put a little bird or I don't know what. It's up to you. All right, so those are the details that are completely up to you and your choice. Alrighty, so there is winter. When you're happy with it, you're just gonna go right back over here to your gallery, save current sketch, and then you'll see this will be our snow version, our winter. And then in our next couple videos, I'm gonna do a video for each one, spring, summer, and fall. Alrighty. When you are done, before you come out like this, do take a screenshot because I am gonna wanna see that one. And you can submit. All right, I can't wait to see your snow and your trees. And I'll see you in the next video for spring.